Simpin and Pimpin. It's complicated.
What's the difference between Simpin and Pimpin?
That's funny.
Oh
well,
my God.
I don't. It's kind of the same thing, to be honest.
Those are literally two opposite things. Simpin is when you are basically the customer. Pimpin is when you're the supplier.
Oh, it's a big ass difference between simping and motherfucking. A million questions in the world. That's the one I'm gonna get. Man, it's a big difference between simping and pimping. Simping is when you're not pimping. You understand me? Yeah, I said what I said.
Okay, simping, you're just down bad. Probably about a bitch.
You see, not a single woman, not one gets interviewed and talks about simping and simping nature. Loves that shit. Seriously, you're down bad. You heard it from her. Nobody respects a simp, especially women. You're the equivalent of a hoe. You're a male hoe. When you give out your time and your resources for free and you don't get nothing, no sex whatsoever, you don't ask for it, you play the nice guy game, it's essentially you're a simp. And women smell that. It's just in the air, bro, and how you move. And she knows that when she gets out of your, vicinity, out of your orbit, you start to go back to her with money. You start to go back with doing her favors. You're getting played. She constantly does this push and pull on you where she gives you a ton of attention, rewards your simping behavior when you buy her stuff, and when you don't, she pulls away. And you come back with more and more gifts. They love to waste a man's time that way. And because you don't draw any boundaries and have no self-respect, you're never going to ask her to get laid, to have sex. You're trying to be the nice guy. You don't see her that way. I'm more progressive than these cavemen chads who constantly look at you for your body and sexual gratification. I would never do that. I'm the new low T male. I respect you. What do you think she's doing with the chat? Who makes his intentions known right away? Oh my God, gets wet for that guy. Oh my God, you're such a man. Wow, finally a guy that tells me what he wants and what he's going to do with me and isn't afraid. Finally.
Get over it. Get your money. That's when you're pimping.
Right, sipping is this. Taking a really nice sip. And what's the other word? Pipping?
Pimping.
Pimping is, I suppose, somebody who wants to fuck you and get paid for it, I guess. But they get the money and you don't, and that's pimping. So sipping.
Get her off.
Fuck me up the ass and I get no money, and they do.
What are the characteristics of a gentleman?
Let's see. Somebody that takes you on an actual date, doesn't just use you for your body. That's a really good question, actually. I don't know, there's not a lot of gentlemen out here, so I don't really know, but...
They let you think you're right even if you're not.
Okay.
And they speak softly, but they know what they're talking about. And you don't see many around here, but when you do, they really stand out.
Yeah, just to be respectful. A gentleman is going to always be respectful, whether what age you are, whether it's kids, whether it's an old person. You're going to be respectful, and respect go a long way, and it comes along with a lot of different lines of a lot of things. If you respect stuff, you just go about your quality of life a lot different.
What would you call the female equivalent of a gentleman?
Wifey material.
A girl that really is there for you, a girl that takes care of you, doesn't just assume that you're going to pay for everything, do everything for them, and expect that they don't have to do anything in return for that.
Should a woman who doesn't act like a lady expect a man to act like a gentleman?
Definitely not. No.
Can you define seduction?
Yes, me.
No way, dude. No fucking way.
Yes, me.
Can you define seduction?
Every time you look at me. Oh, spicy.
You're open with your sexuality. You own yourself, inner self, same as outer. You
What
love
am
your
I
body.
watching?
You're fully 100% of who you are. You're not ashamed. You're loving every single part of yourself. That's sexuality. You're like open book.
How does each gender approach seduction?
Oh, that's a good one too. Let's see. A lot of ladies will show off, boobs, ass, things like that. Men in their ways, they talk more. Like their words kind of get ladies in that way more.
Women are more into like how they look, their body, their looks, physical. It's very important nowadays. And when it comes to a man, it's more like kind of being the macho man, like strong, protective, and in a way where like they own it.
Do you think every man can master the art of seduction?
Oh my God.
No, but I have.
Not every man can master it. Most of them are shy in a way where like they have it, but they won't bring it out.
Why do men...
Pause again. Remember what her reality is. She only sees the top quality men. You think if some average dude had the art of seduction, walked up to her, employed the techniques, shot his shot, she would be like, oh my God, your techniques are fucking flawless, Mr. Average Man. Yes, let me open my legs. Open sesame. You got the code to my box. Fuck no. It's every single guy that's like Brad Pitting up, coming up to her. Doesn't need any of the technique and shit. When these guys come up and just smile and say, hey, what are you doing tonight, etc., it's game over, dude. It's how hot are you or not. That's it. Unreal. Game can take you a long ways away. It can. But the guys that need to employ the most game are the ones that don't look the best. And that shit, you have to be so fucking smooth with it that you can bypass maybe not being the best looking guy. You can keep her fucking eyes closed, keep her laughing essentially. You're going to get it in. But those men are very rare. You know what an ego you have to have, what kind of confidence you have to approach a woman knowing you're just an average dude. And essentially it's a woman like this. You're trying to approach this Bobo Brains at a club when she's already being approached in the general vicinity by men that are a lot better looking than you. Come on, bro. Come on, bro. That don't need a quarter of the fucking game you need to keep her interested. Jesus Christ. Her experience in the world is so different from the average man. She can't comprehend.
Most of them are shy in a way where like they have it, but they won't bring it out.
Why do men have to put on an act to be the bad boy to attract women, while women have to put on an act to be sweet and submissive to get a man?
Because it's the laws of attraction. It's the same reason why a bird gotta puck his chest out and make a weird ass call to make the other bird like him. You gotta do something different to catch the attention of the person that you want.
What's the difference between seduction and manipulation?
Oh. Manipulation is more of kind of lying to get your way, you know what I'm saying? And then seduction is more putting yourself out there to get your way.
Oh, we don't like manipulation. Mind games is not cool. Seduction, like you could see someone cute and be like, oh damn, I want them, like how I feel about you. But I would never manipulate her to be any type of way with me, like.
Do you notice again with the teeth diamonds? Teeth diamonds, tattoos everywhere, bull ring. What is this? What is going on with these damn... I don't know what this new look is. It was just a nose ring at one point. That was huge. Now we just evolved into teeth diamonds. It's not even your tooth. It's a little diamond glued on there.
If anybody says stop or no, like you respect them. It's a respect thing. And I feel like that's where the difference is. It comes with respect.
Are women more impressed by what a guy is willing or unwilling to do in order to get sex?
Willing. Every single time. Unwilling, you can make compromises because sometimes you're just not into the same things and that's okay. But if you're willing to like do stuff and practice stuff try stuff that you've never tried before, you might both be into it.
Wouldn't that be being a simp?
Yes, but no. A simp, in my mind, is more like someone that literally just follows around your ass and is your servant. Girls don't want servants. They want someone who's a challenge that is their own person.
They want a leader. There's no leader qualities for a simp. They give away everything that's valuable about what a man is, his time and his resources for free. He's a hoe. I keep telling you guys. I don't know why it blows my mind that there are men out there that lack the basic understanding of what women find attractive. Like, what kind of household could you possibly be raised in, right? No father figure, a fembot of a mother that literally hates your existence, wishes you were a girl, raised you up to be feminine like a woman, tells you how you should treat a woman, your mother, telling you the exact opposite of what you have to do to catch a fish, essentially. And then you go employ these in the real world thinking you're empowering women by donating to her OnlyFans page, that you're the progressive thinker, that this is the right way, and she'll see the value in you because of all the value you give her. You're being walked all over, bro. You have no standards. You have no boundaries. No one should respect you. No man or woman should respect you when you give away everything and you stand for nothing. You deserve to get used. That's the truth. Simps deserve to get used for everything. I don't feel bad when I read a story about some dude that got finessed out of his life savings because he was talking to some chick that lives across the fucking ocean that he's never met, refuses to FaceTime him at all, and he keeps sending money. You can't even get a FaceTime call with this chick. You can't even tell if it's some fat dude on the other side, but you keep sending money every single fucking month. No.
They know what they want, and they're doing their own thing, but when they ask something nicely, and they ask more than once, they just want it. They're not begging for it, and they shouldn't have to beg for it if they really love that person or like that person. And my microphone went dead. Oh well, I have to charge it. But whatever. You get the point.
My microphone still works. Why do so many women go around thinking that they're queens?
First and foremost, if it ain't all-star, it ain't shit. And a lot of you females got it twisted. Look, a lot of these dudes are gassing their head up, right? And they got these females thinking that, you know, they more valuable than they really are. But at the end of the day, it's plenty of fish in the sea, and it ain't no difference between you and me. So don't get it twisted.
Look, if you ain't got your own car, your own house, crib, apartment, whatever, if you can't supply for yourself, how does that make you a queen? If you need a man to take care of you, or if you don't want to spend your own money for your own personal gain, how are you a queen? You feel me? That's where they got it fucked up at.
Preach.
For sure.
That way.
Why do so many women pride themselves in having their own car, their own money, their own job, when those are the expected qualities of any standard adult?
You know what? I'm gonna let you start.
Honestly, they pride themselves so much on that because they got their standards set so low. You feel me? They expectations of people wanting to take care of them, get this for them, get that for them. So when they get it for themselves, they treat it like it's a big accomplishment. It's like, you should have that already. It's regular if you're an adult, you feel me?
And let me put it this way real quick. These ladies wouldn't be so gassed up about that if a lot of you gentlemen had y'all shit intact, right? So make sure you got your shit intact so when you approach one of these females, they ain't looking you up and down like you some square off the street. You feel me? Have your shit intact.
For sure. Because one thing they gonna look at, if we ain't got our own shit, do you got your own shit? You feel me? So how you gonna judge if you ain't got your own shit either? So that's be the thing, man. Stop gassing their ass up, man.
Gassing their ass up. That shit is lame.
Less simping, more pimping.
You know what I'm saying, brother?
Man, I would drop the mic if it was mine. Let's go.
Do you believe a king can crown himself?
No, I believe the people crown the king, and he doesn't have a choice.
If everyone was a king, why would a king be special?
Because he knows how to lead the people and lead the people fairly.
Why do women often crown themselves as a queen?
Because they know they could control a king if they find a great man, and they choose the great man. Behind every powerful king or powerful god or whatever the heck you want to think of it is a more powerful woman that will do anything to protect him and their future children.
Bruh. What? Bruh. What? What is this with this? There's a powerful woman behind every powerful man. What is this? Who is feeding them this delusion? It's like the world has to revolve around women in some manner, somehow. Oh my God, every strong man ever has had an even stronger woman supporting him. It's a narrative they're being taught. Isn't that crazy? You think the kings of the past gave a shit about all the concubines and the wives and shit that they had, bro? That there was a strong set of women pushing up the king. It wasn't an army. It wasn't men that have their allegiance to the king, right? It wasn't gold. You're telling me a strong woman was propping up the king. What?
Why can a king marry a woman and make her queen, but a queen can't marry a man and make him king?
That's a good question. I think it just has a lot to do with men being seen as more powerful in a way than women.
But a queen can't marry a man and make him king.
I'm pretty sure they can do that.
Where has that happened?
In my mind.
But not in reality?
Bruh. I don't know. Do we know?
I'm asking, but you said yes. I'm just wondering, can you give me an...
Listen, this one just has a crazy look. Look at her. She looks like she may have something in the basement hidden in her house. Bodies or something. The NPC of today is literally programmed perfectly. I don't know, dude. It's like the mass programming device that is a cell phone. They just turn it on and literally are told the entire day how to think, what to think, how to behave, what the truth, my truth. She's being, at least this one is so delusional. She goes, yeah, it's in my head. At least it's like a cult, bro. You're devoid of all logic and reality. And yet they still parrot this shit. It's like the video we saw where the guy was asking, why do you hate Andrew Tate? Because he's a misogynist. Oh, what's a misogynist? They all run away from the microphone. They can't even describe what a fucking misogynist is. What's the definition? What is it? I don't know. I just read a headline. It said misogynist and oh, cool, he's guilty. Street queens have to have ultimate power. It's essentially what it is. Behind every man is a stronger woman.
An example?
Alice in Wonderland.
So a fairy tale?
No, the Queen of Hearts.
A fairy tale?
No, she's really real.
Can you have a queen without a king?
Yeah, absolutely.
Can you give me an example?
Beyonce before Jay-Z. Kim Kardashian before Kanye.
What is going on with the West? The man asked, can you just give an example of a queen without a king? She said a fucking R&B singer, Beyonce. Then a porn star, a chick known for getting railed by her at the time boyfriend, is a queen. A fucking singer and a adult actress, apparently. These are queens. These are queens. My brain cells. I can't take this shit anymore. God, we have an interview coming tomorrow. Where's our locals link? Spam the locals link, please. We have an interview with actual men with fucking brains tomorrow, and I can't wait. We'll be doing far more interviews on locals, guys. If you haven't, please join on locals and see exclusive interviews with shit men are going through in life today and how they're getting ahead. Because this shit blows my mind that we have to... What are we learning here? That there's mass delusion rampant in the streets. Can we have a single example of something that we can take to heart and help us in our day-to-day? This is crazy, bro. And we're supposed to date these and be happy. Like this is the average man is going into the street meeting chicks like this and you're supposed to be, oh my God, you have so much depth. Tell me why you're a Sagittarius and retrograde this and that and I'm an asparagus and blah. Come on, bro. Magical thinking is insane today. People are latching onto any sort of idea. They stand for nothing. They have no confidence in themselves and their ideas in the world. It's fucking madness. When we can call somebody a queen because they did an adult video with their boyfriend. Fucking America, please.
Speaking of which, Kanye's a dumbass and should go back on his fucking drugs.
Who are the bigger...
But Kanye is the dumbass and on drugs. What, dude? Can we project any harder?
Queens, alpha females or gay men?
Honestly, that's a good one. I have no idea. They're both fucking good. But I think alpha females haven't made as far as the feminine sex goes. And alpha drag queens and gay men haven't made as literally the queen of queens.
Why do the most powerful men in other countries have multiple wives?
Because we're all hot.
You definitely gonna probably need more than one. When they act like that, you probably gonna need more than one, dog. Perfect. One gonna be hot and one not gonna be hot. And one gonna be able to cook and one not gonna be able to cook. You know what I mean? So you kinda, you might different strokes for different folks. That's what I'm saying. Some people like one, some people like multiple.
Why are you more likely to see a man with multiple wives than a woman with multiple husbands?
I feel like men. Okay, this isn't me being rude at all, but I feel like men are just more sexual in a way. You know what I'm saying? They need more than women do.
Being part Saudi Arabian, I'll tell you. I think it's to spread the family name, to continue the furtherance of business. And frankly, you know, if you could date and equally get to know multiple people at one time and you're fearful of people embursting your money for false reasons, like, you know, marrying you for your money or your business, the best option is to have multiple girls, because at the end of the day, if somebody's going to, you know, stab you in the back or whatever it may be, then you have the option of you've already kindled with somebody else, I guess.
If men have always been in power, who made the law that men could only have one wife?
I have no idea.
Well, why would a man make that
Sounds
law?
that sounds like a woman with really good puppet strings to me.
Okay. What does that mean?
I think it's a female construct. I feel like, you know, the whole wedding ceremony, things like that, I think it's a women's construct that we've demanded from men, because from the time we were children, we were expected with Disney movies to think that some prince is to sweep us off our feet and everything is to be perfect and there is no struggle and, you know, the birds do the dishes, and that's really not the case.
Okay. What is the case?
I think the case is just like the rest of the world, everything is being syntheticized and that everything is being over dramatized. Like, for example, diamonds are only valuable because they were marketed as the woman's best friend. Diamonds are a girl's best friend or whatever. But in reality, they're replicable, refabricatable, you know, chemically being able to be made and things like that. And the reality of it is, honestly, I think if you're in love with somebody and they tie a piece of grass around your finger, you should be happy.
It's complicated.
Oh. That was a good line. Let her repeat it.
Whatever. But in reality, they're replicable, refabricatable, you know, chemically being able to be made and things like that. And the reality of it is, honestly, I think if you're in love with somebody and they tie a piece of grass around your finger, you should be happy.
Boom, and there it is. Don't fall for those girls that say, I need a ring and it's got to be a huge diamond or you don't fucking love me. She's just a pawn. She's a literal NPC that has no brain, can't think for herself. Oh, God. Okay, just the exit. Yeah. Yeah, boys, when you find yourself a worthy woman, it's not the ring that she's after. It's building a life together. Don't fall for this, oh, I want a fat nugget on my arm. They're just trying to compete with other women, and they're only looking for the wedding day. They don't give a shit about you. If those are her priorities of your guys' relationship is how much you can afford for the ring, your relationship is in the dirt already. You need to get rid of her. Real women that really love their men don't give a shit about the rock on their fingers at all, honestly. What they're after is commitment. What they're after is a family, legacy to build together. Don't fall for the hype, man. So many women are NPCs today that they're just so brainwashed. This is the delusion to think that if your man doesn't give you a certain size ring, right, or a certain size wedding, that he doesn't love you. Modern women today are literally being taught that if you don't get minimum 50 G's, 60 G, 100 grand ring, some shit like that, the insanity they see on TV, and it's all a finesse by corporations. All it is to extract money. How can you extract money? Make a woman think that she needs a ring worth 100 grand or else you don't really love her. And the jeweler is laughing to the fucking bank with that as they, you know, sit in a room and figure out how to market this shit and destroy relationships. How can we get women to buy a fucking 100 grand ring for their wedding night? I know. We're going to sell it to them like this. If your man doesn't buy this, if he doesn't become a slave to his job, if he doesn't spend X amount of his monthly income for like 6 fucking months in a row, he ain't really for you, girl. Because a man that would really love you would do it. You can take this ideology down on every level when it comes to relationships between men and women. How often you take her out to dinner, what dinners you take her out to, how often you take her on vacations, how much money you give her, do you pay her rent, did you buy her a car, are you in the sugar daddy lifestyle, you got this much money to just drop on her so she could do her hair and nails, right? If you don't do all this shit that she sees on social media, you are less than. You don't deserve to have a woman like her. Isn't that nuts? This is the degeneracy that we're living in today when it comes to dating, man. Social media has made it possible. dating apps have made it worse. Now, a woman literally from a small town can come across a multimillionaire from a bigger town next door and get flown out to some vacation, etc. People used to never cross paths in this manner. The internet has opened up Pandora's box. We're never going back to normal. It's game over, dude. You got to adapt now. You have to. Not only does she not, pine for a normal man, but the simps can literally fund her lifestyle and she doesn't even have to see them. She has her 1 or 2 chads that she actually gets flown out for and sees, but majority the simps that donate in her DMs just to get a response from her. I'll cash app you $50, just say hello. Or I've seen TikToks where they're like, here's $100 cash app, queen. You looked great today. Just hoping for a response, dude. Imagine being that kind of simp. Why do you think women have payment services in their profiles? Why do you think? Come on, bro. There's dudes that literally slide into DMs with a cash app payment, just hoping to get a response. And you think they're going to get one? Fuck no. She's collecting. Now imagine, we already know that dating apps, women get thousands of matches. Imagine the right thirsty pictures. How many of those thousands of men actually do send money her way just to hopefully get a response? That shit will pay for rent. That shit will pay your car, pay for nights out with the girls. And she's laughing to the bank looking at these simps. You don't think this is happening? This is the normal for a lot of women today that have the high social media followers, that have the insane, they're on every dating app, etc. All this is happening today, right now. How could they not get delusional? How could they not have an insane ego? How can women not think the ground they walk on is fucking blessed? That it's a blessing to be around her. That you're lucky she's talking to you. When men go like, oh my God, how are women so delusional today? What the fuck is wrong with women? How can they think this way? Why do they think they're the shit? Why does every woman say, I'm a 10? I'm a 10. How would you rate yourself? I'm a 10. Why do you think they all go 10, 10, 10, 10? I'm beyond a 10. I'm a queen. Have you seen the fucking comment sections of their profiles? Yes, queen, slay queen, so beautiful, heart eye emojis, simps by the masses commenting how great they look. And that's not counting the DMs with all the money sent, etc. Yes, bro. Yes. In their world, their day-to-day reality, they are queens. And simps are everywhere. They walk all over them. And they're 10s. How else could a 10 get this much attention and money from men if she wasn't so? It's constantly being reinforced in their daily lives. Nuts.